Good afternoon and welcome to St. Mark. This afternoon we'll be talking a little bit about our plans for Holy Week and Easter Sunday. My name is Marisa. I'm the Director of Music, and with me here is Father John Arnold, who is our pastor and will be telling us a little bit about how Holy Week works at St. Mark under our new and exciting conditions. So Father John, would you tell us what masses we have scheduled during the week of Holy Week?
Oh, well, we have a full Mass schedule starting with Palm Sunday. And so we'll do both a Vigil Mass, that'll be available starting about 5 p.m. on the Saturday Vigil of Palm Sunday. There won't be music, it'll just be a simple Mass. But our choir will be at the 9:30 a.m. Mass on Palm Sunday. And then for the first part of Holy Week, Monday through Wednesday, we'll have our normal 8 a.m. Mass, followed by a Lenten reflection given by Father Serge Probst. Father Probst is a Dominican preacher. He used to teach at the Angelicum in Rome and up at the seminary up in the Bay Area, San Francisco. He's with the California Dominicans, and he's been here several years now, so I think people know Father Serge pretty well. And that would be our Mass schedule leading up to at least the Paschal Triduum.
Great, and thank you, Father. So what else do you have planned for the Paschal Triduum, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and the Easter Vigil?
Well, the Paschal Triduum's been altered this year by order of the Vatican. As you know, Italy has been very hard hit by the coronavirus, and so the Holy Father put out directives about what will be permitted during Holy Week, because right now I think Italy's leading the world in deaths due to coronavirus. And so here's what the Holy Father said that Holy Week will look like this year. First, on Holy Thursday, by tradition, there's never a morning Mass. So we may post something in the morning, but it won't be a daily Mass. Instead, we'll do the Mass of the Lord's Supper, which will air in the evening. And, you know, as for everything on our schedule, you'll always find the right dates and times on our St. Mark website, but also on our flock notes, which you can sign up for. So we'll have the Mass of the Lord's Supper. If you remember, at that Mass, generally, the priest washes the feet of 12 people, but the Holy Father told us not to do that this year. And instead of reposing the sacrament in the chapel of St. Mark's, we're going to repose it in the tabernacle where the Holy Father said we would. So we'll end Mass with benediction. And then the second day of the Paschal Triduum is Good Friday. And so at Good Friday, we'll have the Stations of the Cross led by me at noon. And then at 3 p.m., we're going to have the Good Friday service, which has the Reverence of the Cross, and Father Serge will be preaching at that. We're going to have confessions. Marissa, what time are confessions on Good Friday?
We'll have confessions at 4:30 p.m., excuse me, on Good Friday. And we'll be doing that just like the drive-through setup that we did this Saturday. It's actually a really neat setup. It worked out really well for us. You just have a line of drivers coming through and they pull on up to Father and shout to him out the window.
I keep telling them that every 10th confession gets a blender, but that's not really true. So we had confessions we'll have confessions at 3:30 p.m. on the Vigil of Palm Sunday, so that'll be this Saturday. 4:30 p.m. on Good Friday, so maybe you could stop on the way home. And then we'll be into the end of the Paschal Triduum, which will be Holy Saturday. And again, there's no Mass on Holy Saturday. Instead, I think it's in the morning at around 10 a.m., but check the website to get the right time, we'll do the blessing of the Easter baskets.
And that's at 9 a.m.
That's at 9 a.m. Don't listen to me. 9 a.m. That's what time it is. So bring your bratwurst and your bread, and remember the priests eat too. And so there won't be an Easter vigil this year. We're going to put confirmations, baptisms, first communions off until the Feast of Pentecost, which is May 31st, and the Feast of Corpus Christi. And we're going to arrange all the sacraments around those two feasts to the extent that we can. And then we will have a Mass at dawn on Easter Sunday, but that will be a Mass again. That will have no music, but it'll be ready as the sun breaks over the Santa Catalinas. And then at 9:30, we're gonna have mass with the full choir. But again, it won't be none of these will be public masses, but we look forward to having you tune in.
Well, thank you, Father, for sharing that with us. Is there anything else you would want to mention to the congregation who's missing us and missing this community here at St. Mark?
We miss you. I don't think anyone, Father Serge and I were saying, I don't think anybody understands how difficult it is to say Mass if there's nobody out there doing the responding. And the problem with Father Serge is you say, the Lord be with you. And he says, and with your spirit. It's just, that Catholic voice where everybody just talks so softly. But anyway, we're working at it, and hopefully that it's a prayerful time for you. Because this really is a time of social separation. And if you think about the experience of separation, you're really tied into the experience of being separated from God and one another. The thing that Holy Week is supposed to do is to remind us that God has overcome that separation in our lives, which we call sin, and brought us into his own divine life. And that life is really part of what we're trying to do in Holy Week. So I hope this is a memorable Holy Week from you. I don't know whenever we haven't been able to do anything with everybody on Holy Week. And so that as you experience the lack of being present at the church, maybe all of us from in the parish are going to experience a deeper sense of how much we do love and value the church. So that when we get back together, and someday we will, we'll get back together with a greater sense of gratitude about what we've lost this Holy Week. But also, I hope what we all gain.
All right. Well, thank you again for being here. And I'm sure you'll be seeing some more videos from Father John very soon. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
God bless you.